This is the Greensboro Coliseum with a sellout crowd waiting to see the #1 team in the country. The Tar Heels of North Carolina against the defending Big 8 champion Missouri Tigers. It's an intersectional rivalry that resulted in an even split between outstanding clubs a year ago. It's the Big 8 against the ACC. Live from a sold-out Greensboro Coliseum, North Carolina and Missouri. The Tigers coming off a 26-8 season, but they lost 2 All-Americans. 6'11" center Steve Stepanovich, the second player chosen in the NBA draft, and sharpshooting guard John Sunvold, now with the Seattle Supersonics. Leading the Tigers into the 83-84 season are guard Prince Bridges and center Greg Kavanagh. Bridges' job will be to take over a leadership role. He'll also have to take up the scoring slack left by graduation. Kavanagh will have to get it done underneath without Stepanovich. In an exhibition against the University of Windsor, Ontario, he scored 19 points. Carolina, the preseason #1 pick in the country, with 2 of the 4 returning starters All-Americans. And heading the list is Michael Jordan, the 6'6" junior who is a consensus All-American and a true rarity, a guard who can dominate the game, even at the highest levels. A brilliant scorer, he wants the ball in the clutch, and he's also a tremendous athlete who makes big defensive plays, too. 2-time All-American center forward Sam Perkins joins Jordan from the 28-8 squad of a year ago. He is another player whose skills are not limited to one area. Offensively, a threat inside and out, and defensively, a solid rebounder and intimidator. Norm Stewart going for win number 400. Dean Smith just 4 short of 500 in his career.
ESPN, the Total Sports Network, in conjunction with Raycom Sports and Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions, presents from the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina, the Missouri Tigers and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Brought to you by Lincoln Mercury, offering a complete range of quality automobiles for 1984. The Athlete's Foot, stores for athletic shoes and sportswear. And by Timex, timekeeper to ESPN. Timex, we make technology beautiful.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Patrick along with Dan Bonner, and it's nice to be back with you for college basketball at the start of the 1983-84 season. Tonight, the opener for both North Carolina and Missouri, and Dan, Tiger fans are going to be seeing a different ball club.
They sure are. Mike gone are John Sunvold and Steve Stepanovich gone to the NBA. There's some familiar faces back. Greg Kavanagh, Prince Bridges, Ron Jones, but there's a lot of new faces, and there's some new attributes like team speed. Norm Stewart is going to try to change his club from a ball control club on offense to a ball control club on defense.
Of course, for North Carolina, there is no major overhaul in store. They have 4 returning starters, 2 All-Americans, but they'll make some changes anyhow.
They've got to do some fine-tuning. The point guard is the one question mark, and that's a very important position at North Carolina. Coach Smith is going to have to find the right point guard, the right substitution pattern, and all that's very important in trying to find a winning combination.
We hope we'll have a very competitive game here tonight, but the one thing we're certain of, in Michael Jordan, we will be seeing one of the great players in college basketball. I guess the consensus is that he is the best player in the game today.
Coach Norm Stewart from Missouri certainly thinks so. He told us before the game that he thought Michael Jordan was great the first 2 years, but this year he has the ability to dominate a basketball game from any position, and that's pretty high praise.
It's the season opener for North Carolina and Missouri in Greensboro. We'll be back for the start of that game right after this.
I think team concept's going to be there a little bit earlier this year. We got everyone coming back except for Braddock, who we will miss. But we got Buzz Peterson, Steve Halen, and a good, freshman guard coming in. And I think all the freshmen are going to contribute to the basketball club. And I think we can all go out there and do a good job.
Well, as for Missouri, well, they do have their work cut out for them tonight, but it's certainly a team that has been right up there in the past couple of seasons. The past 4 years, only 3 schools have compiled a better record. They are Virginia, Louisville, North Carolina, and that is some company for Missouri to be in. But Steve Stepanovich, Jan Sunvold have departed to the NBA. Head coach Norm Stewart, though, says he's not panicking.
I have a good feeling. I think our staff, I think our ball club has a good feeling about themselves in being a good basketball team. We're looking at a schedule, a non-conference schedule, that obviously and realistically could produce some losses for us and also could produce some wins. It certainly will toughen us for our conference race.
Well, that is the game. Game 2 of our live college basketball doubleheader. It is Missouri and the preseason #1 North Carolina. You will get a look at the Tar Heels, see how good you think they are. Do they compare with the University of Kentucky? We will find out. Tip-off for the game is just a couple of minutes away. They are playing in Greensboro tonight. And Mike Patrick, Dan Bonner standing by. They'll be with you in just a couple of minutes for the tip-off of the game between Missouri and the University of North.
Take a look at the starting lineups for both ball clubs. Up front, the advantage goes to Carolina with certainly experience. Dougherty and Perkins against Thomas and Wortham. Kavanagh and Dougherty in the middle. Bridges and Jones, Jordan and Smith. Those are the guard matchups, and we'll give you more as we go along. Carolina with all that experience, Dan. Missouri's going to have to learn in a hurry.
Missouri certainly is. I think the Tigers are going to have to play a little bit more patiently than they will the rest of the year to stay in the ball game with Carolina.
Norm Stewart decides to go with a little more height because he had sophomore Blake Wortham. Jumping center. This is Prince Bridges.
Carolina matched up in the man-to-man defense to start.
Bridges being dogged. Gets it to Kavanagh. Kavanagh back to Bridges. Carolina showing a lot of pressure. And Missouri looks a little shook. Follow shot inside. Ron Jones. Making Malcolm Thomas, the 6'7" junior college transfer.
Missouri comes right back with man-to-man pressure of their own. The Tar Heels had a triple team. They didn't want that. They just wanted the double team. When they got 3 men guarding the outside man, that left people open inside.
You're looking at Michael Jordan, the Sporting News Player of the Year a year ago, a consensus All-American pick. Matt Dougherty, bad pass picked off by Kavanagh. Missouri wants to run. Their strength is speed. Kavanagh outside to Ron Jones, a converted forward. Prince Bridges, back to Jones. Jones is 44, Bridges is 15. Kavanagh will take over the scoring load in the middle with the departure of Steve Stepanovich. They tried to get it to Kavanagh, whistle and a foul. Going to be called against Dougherty.
Dougherty got there just a second too late, Mike. That's the proper play from that defensive position to try to intercept that lob pass on the inside. He was just a little late. 2 interesting matchups. Michael Jordan is matched up against Prince Bridges on defense, and Matt Dougherty's matched up against center Greg Kavanagh. So they're not trying to get Kenny Smith to put the pressure on him of guarding the opposition point guard in addition to running the offense.
Kenny Smith, only the 5th player in Carolina history to start his first game as a freshman. You'll see a lot of him tonight. He is a good one. The trap, and Missouri throws it away off the hands of Blake Wortham. He is one of those transfer students, played at Northeast Oklahoma Junior College, sat out last year, and this is a tough way to start a major college career. He and Malcolm Thomas both in the same boat. Pressure now by Missouri. Matt Dougherty helping in the backcourt.
That's really an advantage when a guy like Matt Dougherty can bring the ball up the court. Kavanagh cannot guard him in the open floor.
Perkins is a good long-range shooter, missed, but there's a foul underneath. And it looks like it's going to be against Dougherty again. That will be his second.
It is against Dougherty. That's an awfully physical game inside already. Dougherty has 2 fouls. He's got to be a little bit careful.
It's Brad Dougherty, not Matt Dougherty. His second personal. 6'11", 240-pound sophomore from Black Mountain, North Carolina. And this is Prince Bridges. Jordan on him. Jordan is a great defensive player. Bridges, nice pass to Kavanagh.
Missouri is obviously well prepared for the North Carolina traps out of the man-to-man. That's twice now that they've done a nice job moving the ball to the open man for the easy shot.
And Missouri leads it 4-0 with 17:47 to go in the first half. Matt Dougherty lost control. Kavanagh with a steal. 3-on-3 break. Kavanagh cut off at the baseline. Passes it back outside, retrieved by Bridges. This is Ron Jones. Played up front all of his career. He's been asked to switch to guard this season. Down to Bridges, who penetrates the baseline. A whistle and a blocking foul.
Dean Smith is upset about that call. There you see Michael Jordan. He's the individual on whom the foul was called. Bridges did a nice job. He got behind Jordan on the baseline, actually created the play. Bridges is by Jordan as we pick up the shot here. You can see Jordan come from the back, try to make the great play. The official who was behind the play called the foul.
And this will send Prince Bridges to the free throw line. About the best free throw shooter Missouri has to offer, and he misses the first. Shot almost 72% from the field last year. Missouri with a 4-0 lead, and they do not look upset.
No, they don't. Here's Jeff Wolf in the basketball game for North Carolina.
We'd have a scoop if it was. It's his younger brother, Joe. Shot by Bridges is good. He's another one of those talented freshmen that Carolina doesn't want to tell you about, but they play a lot. Jordan helping on the press. He can do it all. And this is Kenny Smith, the 6'2.5" freshman from Queens, New York. Been compared by some to Jimmy Black, the way he moves. Alley-oop. In the bucket. Perkins got the pass and the two.
Good recognition by the North Carolina Tar Heels. This is not their regular alley-oop. It's a little bit of a delay. They weren't trying to get Perkins with the ball and stuffing it down in the basket, but they saw an opening. He went to the basket. Thomas was caught flat-footed.
Malcolm Thomas, the junior college transfer, called for the foul. He was the National JUCO Player of the Year a year ago. Perkins, normally an excellent free throw shooter, missed that one. And here come the Tigers on the run. Norm Stewart would love to win this one. It would be his 400th career victory. And what a game to win against the preseason #1 team played in Greensboro. Prince Bridges, nice penetration off to Kavanagh. And Kavanagh able to hit it from the baseline. That's what Bridges has to do to create something.
Missouri's doing an excellent job getting past the double team.
And Carolina did exactly the same thing.
Missouri was pressing up the court. North Carolina was able to break past the first barrier, and once they did that, they created a 2-on-1.
Bridges throws the ball away, but they got a break. It hit the edge of the backboard and kicked back outside. Prince Bridges guarded by Jordan. Nice alley-oop pass into Wortham. Blake Wortham, the 6'10" sophomore from Rock Island, Illinois, is a smooth player, and he scored there. Perkins on the follow at the other end. And it is racehorse basketball with Missouri leading 9-6.
Kenny Smith made that play. He beat everybody down the court, and even though he missed the layup, everyone from Missouri was out of position.
Wortham from outside. Long rebound of Perkins. To Smith. Great pass to Wolf. And not only a great pass, but a great catch. That was a tough pass to handle.
Perkins is really a smart player. He had the ball in the open court, but rather than dribble, he found the guard. Smith got it ahead. Nice play.
Joe Wolf with his first 2 points, 6'10", a freshman out of Kohler, Wisconsin. Better shooter than his older brother who played in Carolina. The jumper won't go down. And here come the Tar Heels. Smith. Tip followed by Wolf won't go. And the outlet pass to Jones. 2-on-3 fast break, and Jones will bring it back outside.
I'm a little surprised that Missouri is trying to play at this pace with North Carolina.
Ball knocked out of Kavanaugh's hand by Jordan. There's a timeout on the court with 14:54 remaining in the first half. The score, Missouri 9, North Carolina 8. We'll be right back after this game is a presentation of Raycom Sports and Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions in association with ESPN. 9-8, Missouri over Carolina. We have played a little over 5 minutes in the first half of a sold-out Greensboro Coliseum opening game of the season for both ball clubs, and it has been non-stop action. This is Prince Bridges.
North Carolina has gone to wholesale substitutions. Buzz Peterson, Cecil Exum in the game as they try to double team again.
Going to show them as much pressure as they can, and Perkins is going to be called for a foul going after Kavanagh.
Get a look at what Missouri lost from last season. That's Stepanovich and Sunbold. That's a big portion of their offense, which is why they have changed their style, and they're playing much more quickly tonight. North Carolina's loss, of course, their guard, Jim Braddock. Carolina's strategy is obvious at this point. When the Missouri Tigers take the ball to the side, there's a double team as it's coming here.
Missouri working the ball rather well against the trapping defense. Kavanagh, did he walk? Yes. Kavanagh turns it over. Carolina with a bucket can take the lead right here.
Get a look at Norm Stewart. He's not happy with that call, but that's one of the points of emphasis this year in basketball. The officials are supposed to be watching that for that traveling much more frequently. We'll probably see that call a lot as the year goes on. Both teams trying to put a lot of pressure on defense. This is Kenny Smith handling the ball for North Carolina. Played in the sports festival last year at Colorado Springs. He is a good one. Matt Dougherty to Buzz Peterson. Peterson has played second guard most of his career, and he is playing that position right now in a release with Jordan. Jump shot is good by Brad Dougherty, and he is fouled. Good. He's not excited about it, is he? Good aggressive move by Brad Dougherty. You get a look at him right there. He appears as if he's put on a little bit of muscle over the course of the year. That was a good, strong move. He caught the ball inside. Get the tail end of it right here. He squared up, went right at Wortham, drew the foul. Nice, strong play. Number 1 on Wortham. He does look like he's put on weight this year. You know, he just turned 18 in October. One of the youngest players that Carolina's ever had. We talked earlier in the game about North Carolina finding the right combination. This guy was part of the right combination they discovered last year. After 3 losses, they moved him into the starting lineup. He missed there, and Carolina went on. Free throw is no good. They say he's the most improved player on the team during preseason practice. 10-9, Carolina with a lead over the Tigers of Missouri. This is Jones. Held up on defense. Gets it to Malcolm Thomas. JUCO Player of the Year last year. Nice recruiting coup for Norm Stewart. Wortham's turnaround jumper, short. Perkins gets it out to Hale. Sophomore from Jenks, Oklahoma. Here's Peterson. Buzz Peterson. He is an excellent outside shooter. Missouri's going to have to get out and guard that. Coach Smith has already started his wholesale substitutions. We've, of course, got Jordan back in the game and Hale in there. There's that double team. And they take it away. Dump it to Jordan. Jam! And he is fouled by Prince Bridges. Michael Jordan can light up any Coliseum in the country. This is just a great play. Nice pass by Hale, recognizing that he's got nowhere to go, and Jordan with one of those gorilla dunks. North Carolina's defense created the opportunity for that play, but there's no defense in the world that can create excitement like that. Michael Jordan, he's just about the best there is. 14-9, and Jordan misses the free throw. Very unlike Carolina, they've missed 3 consecutive trips to the charity stripe. Good defense again, will knock the ball away, but Jordan stepped on the end line, and the ball will go to Missouri. Missouri burns you at one end, then comes back and burns you at the other. Missouri's become a little bit unraveled since that man right there got the first time out and was able to talk to his team. Carolina's ripped off 8 straight points. Ball almost lost by Thomas, and now it is. This is Hale running the break to Peterson, left side. Back to Hale. Perkins, he'll shoot from there. Jordan tried to keep it alive, and Perkins has the rebound, and Big Sam will bring it back out. Peterson. Dougherty had a hand on the rebound, but is taken down by Bridges. Missouri trying to push it up court. Bridges wants to go all the way with it, and does. Prince Bridges with his first field goal. And 3 points on the night. It's 14-11. Big basket by Bridges. They really needed that. That was a very tough shot. Here's a whistle, going to be an offensive foul call against Steve Hale as he ran into Prince Bridges. Cecil Estes and Mimlets come in the game for Missouri. Now, these are 2 players that Norm Stewart said really have to come through for him. They're both freshmen. They're both able to shoot, and he's going to need it. As you see Dean Smith going to his bench, changing players up. Who did he slip in this time? Dave Popson came in the game. Also another freshman. Also in the game for Missouri is Mark Sparks, number 34. Everybody on the roster will get in tonight, and they're going to call Prince Bridges for an offensive foul as he got an elbow in the double team. Bridges and the Missouri guards have to not pick their dribble up against this double team. You'll watch Bridges, he backs up against the double team, picks up his dribble. He's got nothing to do now. Good double team. He leans in with the shoulder. He's got to dribble out of that double team or make the pass before he's trapped. Good as he is, Michael Jordan might have gotten away with one there. Nice pass by Dougherty inside.
and a foul.
Fouls against Kavanagh.
That will be number 1 on Kavanagh.
Very good ball movement by North Carolina is going to create this play. Popson, you can see him. He breaks open there. Nobody's guarding Popson. I think Kavanagh missed the defensive assignment. That caused the foul, but good recognition by Carolina to get the open man the ball.
Another freshman out of that big recruiting class out of Ashley, Pennsylvania. So he's been pressing in practice, maybe trying to do too much. Really wants to succeed here. Kavanagh with a rebound of the missed shot. Out for Mimlitz, number 45, should he gets the ball. He's a good shooter, and there's Popson committing a personal foul. Going after Sparks. Sparks was a seldom used player a year ago. Averaged only 3 points. There's a timeout on the court with 11 minutes and 54 seconds to go at the Greensboro Coliseum. Carolina has taken a 15-11 lead over Missouri. We'll be back after this. This game is a presentation of Raycom Sports and Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions in association with ESPN. And the announcers for this game are approved and selected by Raycom Sports, Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, duplication, or reception of this telecast without the express written permission of Raycom Sports, Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions is prohibited. 15-11, Carolina over Missouri by 4. We played 8 minutes, and there are the shooting percentages, and it's no surprise that Carolina's had more shots, Dan.
Carolina's had more shots because they've created turnovers. Both teams have had easy opportunities early in the game. Missouri's had a little dry spell.
This is Kavanagh. He's got Mimlitz in the backcourt with him. He's trying to get Mimlitz to go somewhere and help him, and they'll lose the ball out of bounds. A bounce pass off Sparks' hands, and you saw Kavanagh trying to direct traffic.
Missouri beat the first double team, but Kavanagh was out too far to do anything with the ball, and by the time he got ready to do something, the Carolina had set another double team and caused the turnover.
Steve Hale, a 6'3" sophomore, and Michael Jordan working in backcourt. That is Jordan short with a shot, and Popson a little bit over-aggressive, trying to get in there for the rebound, and went over someone's back to commit the personal foul.
Missouri is a bit smaller than North Carolina inside. They've got to block out. They did an excellent job that time.
Right now they've got Mimlitz at 6'5" in the ball game, Kavanagh at 6'10". Estes is in the ball game. He is only 6'5". Sparks is 6'8", 205. And Prince Bridges is 6'1 and a half. So they're really hurting up front. Miss of another free throw. Brad Dougherty with a rebound. This is Hale. Peterson. Nice feed inside to Perkins, who may have been a little surprised that he got the ball in that position. Here's a block inside by Sparks, but it will get Brad Dougherty to the free throw line.
Get a look there at Coach Norm Stewart. He can't be very pleased with that defensive series. Sam Perkins is all alone. You can see the surprise on his face. Very bad defensive series for Missouri. Notice nobody blocks out. Here's Jordan and Brad Dougherty, both with a chance at the rebound over Estes.
Dougherty at the free throw line. Runs well for a guy as big as he is, but banged that free throw off. He is 0 for 2.
There have been so many bricks on free throws that have gone up here early in the game, Mike, that it makes you wonder if maybe the basket isn't a little short.
Baby went up a little hard, didn't it? The second one is a nicer, softer touch, and it's 16-11. Carolina's lead is out to 5. Here's the full court pressure again. Perkins with a steal, and they say he got a toe on the end line.
I think that he'd have had the steal. He's laughing there. He reached over and he grabbed the ball, but just as he grabbed the ball, it hit a photographer. Since the photographer's out of bounds, the ball's out of bounds.
Now you see how close everybody is to that sideline. Full court pressure, backcourt call. Yes. He had his feet in the front court, left his feet, caught the ball in the air, and the rule says when
you're
where your feet last were.
That's right. Norm Stewart trying to tell his team to be calm. Dean Smith very pleased with what he's seen in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game.
Two of the officials tonight, as you see the turnover story, two of the officials are from the Big 8, Rick Woolco and Brian Grosscup. Joe Forte, the third official out of the ACC. Brad Dougherty had the pass knocked away, that time by Ron Jones, in fact. Yeah.
Great defensive play inside by Missouri's Malcolm Thomas. He saw the alley-oop coming, climbed the ladder, knocked it away.
16-11, Carolina by 5. Missouri has not shied away from the running game. Speed and quickness and defense is their strength. Whether they can run with Carolina all night long remains to be seen. Here's a nice play inside by Mimlitz as he stripped the ball away. Quickly down to Kavanagh. Looking inside for Malcolm Thomas and can't get him. Brent Bridges all the way to the baseline. Shot blocked. And Missouri wanted the goaltend. They will not get it. 3-on-1 break to Hale.
Picture book fast break. Right there, you get a look at Steve Hale calling the defensive signals for North Carolina. The point guard will do that after score.
18-11. The spread is up to 7. Kavanagh dumps it off inside. Shot blocked as Malcolm Thomas couldn't get the bucket but drew the foul.
North Carolina really appears to be in a defensive groove. They're getting the double teams. They're making the rotation to the open people. They've got great help inside. Bridges makes a nice move, but Michael Jordan comes over, helps Sam Perkins on that block by making Bridges stop and pull up. Then Perkins makes a nice play coming over and getting the block.
Thomas goes to the free throw line. Played for Norm Stewart in the World University game. And played only 1 year of high school basketball. Here's another kid who came in late. Wasn't a bad year, averaged 22 points and 15 rebounds, so I guess he liked the game.
National Junior College Player of the Year.
But it's a tough transformation to go from junior college basketball to major college, especially at this level. Matt Dougherty back in the ballgame. Cross-court pass stolen by Kavanagh. A careless pass, you won't see it from Dougherty very often. Kavanagh has had a good ballgame so far. He and Bridges have been the glue holding Missouri together.
Missouri's got to get the ball moving on offense. They cannot afford to let Carolina set the double team.
Kavanagh and Bridges, the real experienced part of this team, at least the part that can score. This is Mimlitz, has Dougherty on him to Kavanagh, almost had the pass picked off. Kavanagh had it blocked from behind. Great help, Dougherty.
Great help by Matt Dougherty. Saw that Perkins was beaten. Wolf came over, cut off the baseline, forced Kavanagh up for the jump shot, and Dougherty came from nowhere to get his hand on the ball. Nice play by Wolf. Wolf makes Kavanagh pull up, and then Dougherty's there to complete the defensive assignment.
They do play team defense, don't they?
It's amazing that they can play so well in team defense this early in the year.
Kavanagh to Bridges. He got to the baseline. Brent Bridges. He has 5 points, and he has Missouri back within 4 at 18-14. Matt Dougherty and Hale in the ball game with Perkins, Brad Dougherty, and Buzz Peterson. Dean Smith has tried about every conceivable lineup so far in the first half of the opening game.
Look at Sam Perkins working inside. He's got Thomas on his back, and he's going to keep him there.
Now he comes outside. Thomas is with him. Missouri will go man to man. And Hale had it go through his hands out of bounds.
Well, that was a good defensive series by Missouri. They did not give up the easy pass inside, and they got the turnover.
So far, Dan Bonner, if you couldn't see a scoreboard, you'd swear Carolina was up by 15, but they're only ahead by 4. Jones to Kavanagh. Kavanagh has to come outside a lot to relieve the pressure. This is Jones. Shot won't go. Bodies all over the place. Bridges with a finger roll. Nice touch by Prince Bridges, who now has 7 points. Averaged only 6 a game all last year, but he had a guy in the backcourt with him by the name of Sunvold, and he's got to make up for that. 18-16, Missouri within 2. Matt Dougherty to Perkins. Brad Dougherty. Perkins. Nobody blocked him off.
Missouri played great defense up to that point, but the last part of your defense is to get the ball. Nobody blocked Sam Perkins out. That was a mistake by Thomas.
Perkins with half a dozen. It's 20-16. Foul, Brad Dougherty. That will be his 3rd. That's the end of the ballgame is Sparks for Missouri.
That's an important call. Warren Martin for North Carolina, their big 6'11", 240-pound junior, has a slight knee injury and is not even dressed for the game tonight, so possibly Joe Wolf and Popson are going to see a little bit more time than they originally thought.
Wolf is in there right now, and you see the Carolina bench. It has been used extensively here in the first half. Missouri shooting 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. Carolina only 2 out of 7 uncharacteristically. Kavanagh misses this one, though.
You've got your two-ball game at the same time. In fact, all three freshmen are on the floor for Carolina.
Jordan went up straight up for that jump shot, but missed it. Timeout with 7:42 to go in the first half, and North Carolina is leading Missouri 20-16. You see the story on your screen. 7:42 left to go. First half, 20-16. Carolina over Missouri.
Got a little bit of foul trouble this early in the basketball game, most significantly Brad Dougherty, but Prince Bridges, one of the keys for Missouri, as well as Perkins and Popson, each have 2 fouls for North Carolina. Sam Perkins having an excellent game at this point, 6 points, 6 rebounds.
Just average for Sam. He's only been out there for 12.5 minutes. That's not a bad day's work.
Here comes that double team again. Good recognition by Jones.
Kavanagh, nice pass underneath, but the shot missed. The follow missed it. Oh, it missed. And finally, Blake Wortham, after 4 tries, got it in.
Nice hustle by Wortham and excellent ball movement by Missouri. That's what we're talking about. They've got to beat the double team and move the ball.
Norm Stewart told me Blake Wortham is one of the players that's got to come through for him. Kenny Smith, this is Wolf, one of the freshmen. Hobson is another freshman in the ballgame right now, along with Jordan and Dougherty. This is Van Dougherty. Here's a whistle. Got a 3-second violation called against Carolina. And all at once, Missouri, a team that had looked flustered and frustrated, can tie the game with a bucket here.
Sam Perkins comes back in the basketball game. Norm Stewart has to be pleased at this point. His team has turned the ball over. They've had a couple of bad stretches, but they've played good defense themselves, and thus they're in the game.
He said this morning, it was funny, he sort of laughed. He said, well, you know, we have the talent to win, but considering who we're playing and where we're playing and all this youth, I'm not really expecting it. But he wouldn't be shocked either. This is Bridges, who has had a big first half, to Jones, trying to go around a Kavanagh screen. Carolina switches so well on defense. Got the count on him, just got rid of the basketball. Kavanagh to Sparks, drives, and he's fouled. The foul will not count. Seems Missouri has gotten more patient in the last 5 minutes. They worked for better shots.
They came into the game, it looked like they were very well prepared to play against the trap. Kavanagh does a nice job penetrating inside. You see the end of the play right here. He made a nice dish to Sparks that caused the help to try to come over, and anytime you're going toward an offensive man, the possibility of a foul is more likely.
Sparks has missed a couple. Cecil Exum checks back into the ball game, and Michael Jordan will get a breather for Carolina. These guys must not have been practicing many free throws in the preseason.
They'd be ahead in the game if they'd made any free throws.
Neither team has shot well from the line. 20-18, Missouri misses a chance to tie it up. Matt Dougherty to Smith, Bridges on him. It's a tough matchup for Smith because Bridges can play defense and has a 36-inch vertical jump. Matt Dougherty, who does not have a 36-inch vertical jump or anything spectacular, he's just a solid, capable ball player and has his club up by 4. Bridges double team. Dogged by Dougherty, goes into the lane. Shot won't go for him. Kavanagh. Carolina will come out with it. Here is Smith. Works to the middle of a 3-on-2 break. Nice pass. But the shot won't go for Joe Wolf. Smith really smooth. He knew exactly where he was supposed to be on that break. And Mark Sparks rams it in on the bounce.
Now, on the playground, those don't count unless you call them. You can't bank them in from the front.
It's 22-20. Anyway, it goes in. Great backdoor pass from Perkins to Kenny Smith.
Excellent backdoor. North Carolina has substituted a lot in the first half. Missouri a little bit less so. You have to wonder how long the Tigers can maintain this pace.
Well, especially Bridges and Kavanagh, who have been going at it from the opening whistle. There's Jones, baseline drive, offensive foul. A trademark of Carolina's defense, and when you get to the baseline, somebody's waiting for you.
Somebody's waiting for you, and as long as he has his position, as Sam Perkins does right there with both his feet on the floor, before Jones leaves the floor, it's a charge. It's amazing how well they pick up for one another. Exum let him get by on the baseline, but Perkins was right there.
They are so well coached and so intelligent as far as this game is concerned. Alley-oop by Dougherty to Perkins. He'll have to bring it back outside. 4:48 to go. First half. Carolina up by 4, 24-20. Matt Dougherty turns it over, and then Kavanagh returns the favor. No, it was not going to bounce by Jordan. Be out to Missouri. And here comes Prince Bridges, who got about 5 seconds of rest.
He didn't get much of a breather, but he's their veteran. He's their ball handler. He cannot stay out of the ball game too long.
He is really quick, and he has Michael Jordan on him right now.
He's quick, but I'll tell you what, Jordan is giving him all he wants defensively.
He'll do that for anybody. Here's a pass knocked out of bounds off Carolina's hands, off the hands of Wolf out to Missouri.
Kavanagh has to recognize that he simply is not going to be able to make that pass against North Carolina, and that's what Stewart's telling him.
Kavanagh having trouble getting the ball in bounds, and he won't get it in. 5-second call. No, he gave him the timeout.
Got him the timeout.
What is the rule on that one? When it gets to 3.9 seconds, you're not supposed to be able to call it?
It's not really a 3. It's a change of status, and that's all an official judgment, usually a 3 or 4.
All right, there's a timeout on the court. The score, Carolina 24, Missouri 20. There's 4:29 to go in the half. We'll be back after this. This game is a presentation of Raycom Sports and Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions in association with ESPN. Along with Dan Bonner, this is Mike Patrick. We welcome you back to the Greensboro Coliseum. 4:29 to go, first half. Carolina, the #1 team in the country, leading upstart Missouri 24-20. And boy, what great traditions both of these clubs have.
There's the double team again. This time there's a foul on Kenny Smith. But time and time again, Missouri gets themselves into the position where they allow themselves to be double teamed. Eventually, that's going to pay off for North Carolina. That time, Smith, maybe a little bit of inexperience. He had the good double team, but he reached in.
Missouri goes to the free throw line, and it's Prince Bridges who already has 7 points. As a team, they're shooting 2 for 8. Carolina's only 2 for 7, and here is another free throw. Really didn't have a chance, and Perkins goes down hard. Sam Perkins really hit the deck.
Looks like Blake Wortham, who came in from the opposite lane, got him in the face, possibly with an elbow. Norm Stewart doing a very smart thing here. He's calling his team over. There is not an official timeout, but he is talking to his team. Now, Dean Smith's coming out on the basketball court.
He wants to take a look. First, he wants to talk to official Joe Forte. Then he wants to get to his ball player.
He's got his trainer down there looking at his ball player. He wants to have a word with Joe Forte is why he's out there. Now he's talking to the other official, and he is showing him the movement that he feels that Blake Wortham made. Joe Forte doing a very good thing here. He's sending Dean Smith back to the bench.
Take a look and see if we can see what happened as the crowd is really starting to get into it. A lot of Missouri fans here tonight.
It's a mistake by Wolf. He doesn't block Wortham out. Here Wortham comes into the lane. He's past Wolf. Looks like he got Perkins in the face with his right elbow. An unintentional thing. I think a good no call by the official.
Sam checking to see if all the parts are still working.
Got to look at Coach Smith back at the bench where he's supposed to be. Very good job by the official. Coach Smith came out as if to see his player, but as soon as he started arguing with the officials, Forty sent him back.
Following the lane is no good by Wortham. And you had Dean Smith and Norm Stewart standing right in front of the official scorer talking about it while the play was going on. Matt Dougherty, 4 points, and it's 26-20. The crowd really got in this one all of a sudden.
Missouri's got to be very, very careful. They don't want to get blown out. Move the ball, get a good shot.
Bridges working in the backcourt with Ted Mimlitz, M-I-M-L-I-T-Z, a freshman from St. Louis. Bad pass underneath, loose ball, whistle. Got a foul that's going to go against Carolina.
Looks like a foul on Wolf.
That would be number 2 on him.
Carolina's been playing aggressively on defense, and that is what has caused their foul problem.
Well, it certainly hasn't hurt them the way Missouri is shooting free throws. They're now 2 for 9 as a team as Wortham goes to the line.
Missouri continues to do a nice job against the pressure. This is where they've fallen down at the line.
Gee whiz. I mean, they're just rifling shots up there. 2 out of 10. Carolina only 2 out of 7. Here comes the loose ball. Dan Bonner gets an assist. Carolina will maintain possession. Now, Dean Smith with a young team in there because he's got Popson, who is a freshman, and Kenny Smith, who is a freshman in the ball game. He's got Joe Wolf, 24, who is a freshman.
He's also got Michael Jordan and Matt Dougherty in the game, and that's enough steadying influence.
Alley-oop inside to Jordan, and he is fouled by Ron Jones. No! And Dean Smith really came jumping off the bench and got a technical.
And he may get another one. He's really mad.
Oh, is he ever. He exploded off the bench.
They really did call that foul against Jordan.
I guess they did. Let's see if we can take a look at this one.
Jones at the bottom of your picture there. What they're calling is Jones is entitled to his position on the floor. He is entitled to rise from that position, and if the plane of his position is broken by Michael Jordan, then the foul's on Jordan, and that's what the call is. They're ruling that Jones had position, that he went straight up from that position, and that Jordan came over his back. On the replay, I thought it looked like a pretty good call.
Well, it looked like two things. It looks like Jones came into him a little bit with the body, and Michael Jordan reached over with the arm, but the call will go against Jordan, and Jones will go to the free throw line. He's only a 56% shooter, and he hits this one.
The way things have been going for Missouri tonight, the 56% shooter might be the best bet at the free throw line.
Send that guy up there. That one didn't have a chance. And I mean, they're not even close on most of them.
Now we'll get the technical free throws for the technical against Coach Smith. Missouri guys are fighting with one another to see who's going to shoot the shot. Bridges and Mimlitz were both there.
See who draws the short straw. They're only 3 out of 12. This is Mimlitz. Now he can shoot it. He's a good shooter out of high school. Norm Stewart says when he plays, everyone around him plays better. His first point as a college basketball player. He'll remember it for a long time, shooting 2 technical fouls for a technical call against Dean Smith.
One thing that you might want to look for here, we're working with, as Sam Perkins comes back in the game, we're working with a split crew of officials tonight. There's 1 official from the ACC and 2 from the Big 8. The Big 8 official is the one who made that call against Jordan down at the other end, and you may have seen Dean Smith attempting to intimidate the Big 8 officials.
Well, it looks like we had a timeout, but we did not, as they send it back on the court. This is Prince Bridges, who has done yeoman duty tonight, and Dean Smith has done a job switching defenders on him, trying to wear him down. He's had at least 3 different players who have guarded. Mimlitz picked up his dribble, got it to Kavanagh. Kavanagh makes the bad pass.
You can't throw that soft pass because the defense is coming, and they did a nice job.
Dougherty to Perkins. Perkins, a great passer, looking underneath. Matt Dougherty had 150 assists last year as a forward. Almost unheard of. Tried to go baseline. We're down to 2 minutes and 53 seconds first half. Carolina by 3 over Missouri. Carolina ranked number 1. Missouri not ranked, but they're playing tough. Smith. Kenny Smith with 4 points.
Great offensive series by North Carolina. They worked the ball, got it inside to Perkins. When the defense collapsed, Smith was in position to shoot the ball. Perkins got it to him.
Steve Hale, the sophomore from Jenks, Oklahoma. They get it to Mimlitz. They're going to call Mimlitz with an offensive foul, and it is Norm Stewart's turn to come off the bench, and he gets a technical.
Now, I'm wondering how many technicals they've called on Norm Stewart. The person that called the technical foul on Norm Stewart was Joe Forty, the ACC official. Forty called the technical at the same time that Forty was calling one. One of the other officials also called a foul. Norm Stewart reacted very strongly. He's trying to find out if he's got 1 technical or 2 technicals, and I'm sure he's claiming that that was a makeup. The incident there is created, as you see Mimlitz obviously knocked Perkins down. Perkins established his position and did not move. That incident was created because Bridges threw the ball to Mimlitz on the sideline. Mimlitz had the sideline in back of him and 2 Carolina players in front of him. He had nowhere to go.
Sam Perkins misses the free throw. He has 4 points tonight, but he's 0 for 2 from the line. Hit that one. It's 29-23. The margin is 6. Man, this has been wild, hasn't it?
It's fascinating that an intersectional game like this, the first game of the season, you get such emotion into it, and I think that comes from Missouri playing against the preseason #1 team in the country. A great crowd, a lot of enthusiasm. They're very pumped up, and so's Carolina.
You got to hand to Missouri the way they played so far. They lose 2 All-Americans, play their first game on the road in front of a sellout crowd against the #1 team, and they're hanging right in there. Loose ball down on the floor. Perkins spends his whole night down there. Hale. Dougherty with a tip. Missouri will come out with it. Nice rebound to Blake Wortham.
Boy, Wortham went up above the crowd. He pushed the higher floor on the elevator on that one.
29-23.
Look at that defense.
They're just all over him. Kavanagh trying to get down the lane. Can't. Gets it to Bridges. Back to Kavanagh. Lost it. Wortham almost had it. Lead pass to Kenny Smith. Now let me tell you something about Kenny Smith. That is the first guard, the first point guard who has ever dunked the ball for Carolina. They told me before the game started that this guy can go up and do it.
Got a foul against Steve Hale coming back on the defensive end, but I'll tell you what, that Smith just got off the floor. Looks like he was shot out of a gun.
Dean Smith surveying the situation as his team is up 31-23. And here comes Buzz Peterson back in the ballgame. Hale will get a breather.
Carolina has aggressively pulled out to an 8-point lead. Missouri with a big opportunity on the technical free throws, only converted 3 of 4 and didn't buy the basket.
Jones now 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. He'll get 1 more. The margin now 7. The only one that shot even a reasonably good free throw so far.
Missouri is not going to be able to play with North Carolina if they continue to give up the easy basket, and they're doing it because they're not reacting to the pressure well every time down the court.
31-25, you've already seen a lot of the weapons that Dean Smith has. 2 of his real good players are injured, and they won't play at all tonight. I mean, he is loaded. Matt Dougherty.
He may not have the great stats, the big reputation, but he is so solid and steady for North Carolina. Missouri, I think, is laying off of him a little bit, and you can't give Dougherty that much time to get ready to shoot the ball.
If you do, he'll do exactly what he did. He'll rip it through. It's 33-28. We're down to 42 seconds. First half of play. Mike Patrick along with Dan Bonner. Hope you're enjoying the ball game. It's been a good one so far.
Jones has to be careful he doesn't get himself trapped in that corner.
Jones almost got it away from Thomas. Thomas penetrates and scores. Malcolm Thomas with 5 points. 22 seconds left. The margin is 6. Let's see if Carolina plays for 1, and it looks like they'll spread it out. No clock here tonight. The ACC will go with a 45-second shot clock this season, but since this is an intersectional game, there is no clock for it. We're down to 7 seconds. And here is a whistle before the shot. Foul is going to be called on Mark Sparks, reaching in.
The 4 corners is a very effective offensive weapon for Coach Smith as Kavanagh comes back in the ball game for this last rebound of the first half. But one of the reasons why the 4 corners is so effective is because it creates a lot of foul situations. And North Carolina normally has good free throw shooters. Bad mistake by Wortham to commit the foul. He had good defensive position but reached in.
6 points for Kenny Smith, and you're looking at Timo Makinen. 6'11 and a half, 219, Lottie Finland. Free throw, no good by Smith. And he palmed the ball before the buzzer. Now they'll call it a travel. That's the end of the first half, and it's 33-27, Carolina. And Dan, I will say to you again, if you would go back and look at the highlights of the first half, you would think North Carolina would be up by 15 points. They seem to have dominated it. Maybe Missouri is sneaky good.
That's very possible, Mike. I'll tell you what, the one thing that North Carolina has to worry about is they've played very aggressively on defense, but they have some foul problems. in their defensive aggressiveness. They've committed some personal fouls, but on the other hand, has turned into easy baskets for them. North Carolina's scores have been on easy baskets.
Do you know who we didn't see a lot of the first half, or notice a lot in the first half? Michael Jordan.
That's a good point. Now, where we did notice him in the first half is when he was out front guarding Prince Bridges. He shut down Bridges when he was against him.
We'll be back in Greensboro with the score, 33-27. North Carolina over Missouri right after. We're at the Greensboro Coliseum, where #1 ranked North Carolina has 33 points opposed to 27 for Missouri, the defending Big 8 champions. And here's the way it went in the first half. Both clubs shot pretty well from the floor, but look at the free throws, Dan.
Fortunately, I guess the free throw percentage evens out, so if both teams make all their free throws, we have about the same kind of a game that we do now. North Carolina getting easier shots because of their pressing defense. Missouri turning the ball over 12 times. Fouls, we mentioned in the first half, one of the problems that North Carolina has created for themselves in the second half is the number of fouls. They've got some key people with some foul problems. Perkins has 2, Jordan has 2. Jordan sat out a large portion of the first half with 2 fouls. Missouri looking to get more offense from Prince Bridges. I guess they did in the first half. He's their leading scorer with 7. Thomas did a nice job with 5. Kavanagh has been silent. He's about a 10-point per game average. North Carolina's done a nice job keeping him away from the ball.
And there you see Sparks and Mimlitz, who came off the bench to get a couple late. Here's Carolina. The absence of Jordan, who only has 4, I think is the big thing.
That's the big story. Brad Dougherty picking up the slack, though. He did a nice job. He canned 3 long jumpers, helped North Carolina get this 6-point lead.
And Kenny Smith was 6 in the first half, and there you see the foul situation. An awful lot of guys with 2 fouls, and of course Brad Dougherty working with 3.
Another interesting thing about the North Carolina scoring is the number of people who scored. They played an awful lot of people in the first half. Played 11 people in the first half. Here's the series. Last year in the opening game of the season in St. Louis, Missouri with a 64-60 victory. Then North Carolina came back in the Rainbow Festival Classic with a 73-58 victory. One thing we might want to point out, in the first Missouri victory, Missouri was out-rebounded by North Carolina by 2, 27-25. In the UNC win, the Tar Heels out-rebounded Missouri by 13. They dominated the board, so rebounding, Missouri leads at halftime 17-16. That's one of the reasons they're in the game.
Also in that first game, Ron Jones held Michael Jordan to 13 points. In the second game, when Carolina won, Jordan got 19.
Obviously, Jones done a good job against Jordan in the first half. Jordan has 4, and Jones is matched up again with him as we start the second half.
Carolina with possession as we start. This is Matt Dougherty to Jordan. Smith, low to Perkins. And Sam will bank it up from the left side and miss it. Prince Bridges waiting for some help. Now he's got it. Jones being guarded by Jordan. Bad pass picked off by Perkins. And double dribble. Sam knew it, but he went ahead and did it anyhow.
The North Carolina guards ran away from him. When a big man gets the ball, the first thing you have to do is get the ball from him so you can get your fast break going. That time the guards assumed that he was going to be able to pitch it out. They ran away and Sam walked.
9th turnover of the ball game for Carolina. Prince Bridges long range and got it. Last year that would have been a 3-pointer.
He's really going to help Missouri in the second half if he can make that shot. Good ball movement. Missouri recognizing the pressure, the double team, move the ball to the open spot.
Prince Bridges with 9, and here comes full court pressure from Missouri. And Dougherty will go in the backcourt to help out. He could move the ball against Kavanagh.
I'd be real surprised if Missouri stayed in that full court defense with Kavanagh having to run the whole court against Dougherty.
Dougherty with the semi-set shot. Ball loose, and Michael Jordan will be called for the foul. I think he got Bridges as he went up to try to get the rebound. That is number 3 on Michael Jordan.
The Tigers are pleasing Coach Norm Smith right at the moment. They're playing excellent position defense. They're not trying to force the turnover like Carolina's doing. They're playing good position defense. That time Jones got in front of Jordan, blocked him out, caused the foul.
33-29, Missouri within 4. Bridges against Jordan, and Michael Jordan did the job on him. Made him go up with it and come down with it.
Good defensive play by Michael Jordan. He was beaten by Bridges, but he didn't give up. He stayed right with him. Got some help from his teammates that forced Bridges to pull up.
Brad Dougherty to Jordan. Still only has 4 points in the ballgame, and here comes Missouri. They'll run at every opportunity. Prince Bridges, one of the great names in college basketball. Blake Wortham with the alley-oop pass into Kavanagh, maybe an offensive foul, and it is. That is a tough pass for any team, but especially when you do it against Carolina, you're asking for trouble.
Let's take a look at this play. I think that's a bad call. Kavanagh did not have the basketball. If you're going to try to take a charge on a man without the ball, you have to give him room to change directions, and Dougherty was right up against him. I thought that was a bad call.
That's right. He has to have a chance to make a move. Kenny Smith. Carolina comes out cold. Missouri has yet to really take advantage of it. Bridges and Jones, the guard. They tried to get it into Kavanagh, and here's the steal by Michael Jordan, and he's fouled. Foul by Malcolm Thomas. The game right now, I would say, Dan, is up for grabs, and neither team has come out in the second half to try to take it from the other.
There's no question about that, Mike. North Carolina's come out. They look a little bit less intense than they did in the first half. Their pressure doesn't seem to be as great. Missouri hasn't taken advantage of that yet. We'll just have to wait and see.
Got Prince Bridges out of the ballgame, and Ted Mimlitz, number 45, is in to give him a breather. Wortham is back in there. Matt Dougherty, three, gets it to Jordan, who has not had the hot hand and misses again. Rebound to Wortham.
So far in the second half, Missouri is doing an excellent job forcing Carolina into the outside shots and then blocking them off the board. And also, the Tigers are not running up and down as much this half as they did in the first half. They're being a little bit more patient.
Kavanagh to Mimlitz, tries to get by Perkins. Double team, threw the ball away. Kavanagh saved it. Nice hustle by the 6'10 junior from Springfield. Kept it alive. Now Jones, who has been a forward his entire college career, is being asked to run the offense. And that's a lot to ask of the young man. Kavanagh had it knocked out of his hand. Missouri just won't rattle, will they?
Doesn't appear they're going to, but Carolina, you can be sure, is going to keep that pressure on them the entire game.
Wortham with a turnaround jumper. What a pretty shot by Blake Wortham. And he has 6. The margin is 2, 33-31.
What a tough, gritty effort by Missouri. They're doing a heck of a job. I don't think anybody gave them much of a chance coming into this game, but they're really playing a nice job.
It is a gutsy effort. Perkins had the shot blocked, but the foul will go against Wortham.
North Carolina did a nice job clearing out the side for Sam Perkins. You'll be able to get a look at it here. Nice pass by Smith, but there's nobody there with Perkins.
Good block, must have got him with the body. And there you see he did.
The official's usually going to call a foul, Mike, when the player brings his arm down like that. He may have gotten away with it had he kept his arm up, but usually the players, when they bring their arms through, they're going to get a foul.
Perkins now 2 for 4 from the free throw line, and Sam has 8 points. It's 34-31, Carolina by 3. Another miss. Loose ball. Perkins with a rebound. Jordan trying to create something in the middle. Jones with great defense right in his face, and Jordan still buried it for his 6th point.
What ability that guy has. He went up in the air. The defense was there. He just waited till the defense left while he was still in the air.
He just stays there. Kavanagh, nice pass underneath. And the jam goes to Malcolm Thomas, who has 7.
Great reaction by the Tigers. They moved the ball after they beat the double team.
You get a look at Buzz Peterson is in the ballgame. He and Smith run the offense.
Peterson's matched up against Kavanagh. Let's see if Carolina can exploit that.
Jordan against Jones, and he missed. The rebound goes to Missouri. The Tigers down by 3, and they have the basketball with 15 and a half on a turning clock from Greensboro. Kavanagh fouled, and that's going to be on Perkins. If it is number 3 on Sam Perkins. There is a timeout on the court, 15:27 left in the ball game. The score, 36-33, Carolina over Missouri. This game is a presentation of Raycom Sports and Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions in association with ESPN. 15:26 to go in the ballgame. 36-33. Couldn't ask for a much tighter ballgame.
North Carolina has changed defenses. They're in a 2-3 zone.
Bridges. Faked as if he'd shoot over it. Now does. Missed the shot. What a follow by Wortham.
They're going to call it no good. They're going to say that the ball was in the cylinder when Wortham hit it. That's basket interference. Good move by Coach Smith to change the defense. Missouri was obviously reacting very well to North Carolina's half-court man-to-man defense. Dean Smith changed up, went to his own.
This is Kenny Smith. Perkins, Matt Dougherty. Jordan only has 6 points. He made a great point during the timeout. He's not scored for a couple of reasons.
One of the reasons is this guy, number 44, Ron Jones, is playing defense against him.
Dougherty. Matt Dougherty with 8 points.
And they've been 8 big points.
Has that semi-set shot.
Carolina back now to the man-to-man, to the traps again. Missouri's got to recognize.
And they throw it into backcourt. Not touched by a Carolina player, so it will be a turnover. Take a look at Jordan. He has scored the only field goal. Well, one of 2 field goals.
Dougherty just scored one. Look at this move by Jordan. He stands, just hangs in the air, waits till Jones comes down and throws it in.
Tries to go baseline, lost the ball.
There's Jones continuing to hawk him, though. Knocked the ball away that time as Jordan was trying to drive to the basket.
Smith. Can he save the loose ball? He does. Carolina by 5, 38-33.
Malcolm Thomas is really working Sam Perkins over inside.
Jordan, 3 again. Michael Jordan has been cold, and this may be a foul on Brad Dougherty, and no basket, and that's exactly what it is. Brad Dougherty picks up his 4th as he came over the back.
Now that's a big call. It's a good call. Wortham had excellent inside position, but Dougherty now, the experienced player, has to go to the bench, and Dean Smith either has to change his lineup a little bit. Here, Buzz Peterson and Steve Hale come in. Looks like they're going to go with maybe a little bit smaller lineup.
Joe Wolf also
Wolf is in the game. This means that in a very close game, a game that's much more intense, I think, than anybody thought it would be, the freshman inside players for Carolina are going to have to carry the load.
And it means that Dean Smith has his 2 All-Americans on the bench at the same time. Carolina by 5, though. Kavanagh to Prince Bridges, outside to Thomas. Shot won't go for him. Both teams really cold here at the start of the second half. Matt Dougherty to Peterson. Dougherty sort of hesitated on that one and still buried it.
Nice pass outside by Wolf. The defense collapsed on him, found the open man. Dougherty's got 10 points now.
And it's 40-33. Carolina has moved the margin back up to 7.
Great defense by Perkins, denying Kavanagh the ball.
Bridges double teamed again. Carolina just traps at every opportunity, and Bridges threw it away. Peterson. Matt Dougherty. Perkins. Rebound to Bridges.
Carolina's moved the lead back out to 7 points with some good defense. Missouri's got to move the ball.
Well, they invited Bridges to drive the middle that time. He did, and he burned Buzz Peterson for a personal foul.
Last couple of trips down the court, Bridges has picked up his dribble, allowed himself to be double-teamed, and Missouri's gotten in problems.
Non-shooting foul. Missouri will take the ball out of bounds, down by 7, 40-33. Peterson and Hale working at the guards. This is Jones.
Carolina back in the zone. Appears to be a 1-3-1 zone at this point.
Kavanagh, who has really been silent. Jones for the jam. Malcolm Thomas, rather.
Malcolm Thomas has had an excellent game. That's 9 points for him now. Also 8 rebounds to go along with a fine defensive effort against Sam Perkins.
In case you joined us late, he was the National Junior College Player of the Year a season ago. Seems to have been able to make the transformation. Peterson with a miss, and Bridges with a big rebound.
And not a North Carolina player anywhere near the board.
Bridges drops it off. The jumper, that time by Ron Jones, is good. It's 40-37. Missouri will not go away.
They sure won't, and Coach Norm Stewart is telling them get up and play in the full court. Here we see the situation we picked up every time when that's happened. Dougherty bringing the ball up against Kavanagh.
Tell you one thing, no matter what happens from here on out, you've got to hand it to Bridges and Kavanagh. I mean, they are just giving it everything they have. They played almost the entire ball game. Each has had a slight breather. Perkins misses, but he's fouled by Thomas. I don't know if Kavanagh has been out. I don't think Kavanagh has been out. Tough foul on Thomas. Thomas has done a very good job on Sam Perkins. That's a bad foul by Thomas because Perkins is out at the top of the key, and even though Sam can shoot that shot, you'd much prefer, if you were going to get a foul against Perkins, getting it inside. 11:33 left to go from the Greensboro Coliseum, where North Carolina leads Missouri 40-37. This game is a presentation of Raycom Sports and Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions in association with ESPN. 11:33 left to go on the ball game. Carolina by 3. And Dan, how about the tempo? It seems to have slowed from what we had in the first half. It has. I think one of the big factors in that, Mike, is that North Carolina has not scored very well in the second half. If Carolina's not scoring, it's hard to set the defense when the other team is fast breaking down the court. It's much easier after a score. You can get much better organized, and I think that's why the pace is slowed. This is Hale being guarded by Bridges. Perkins. Jordan. And Michael Jordan has just not had much of an offensive night. He's also had Ron Jones in his face the entire time, as Jones was there. Jones, just a superb defensive player. And this is Jones with the basketball. Averaged only 7 points a game last year. And here's a foul inside as they tried to get the ball to Wortham. But on who? Foul's going to be on Steve Hale. It worked out that time for Missouri because they got the foul called, but that's a real tough pass to throw. Missouri cannot afford to get trapped in the corner. Bridges, Wortham with a follow. And if Wortham would not have gotten it, Mark Sparks would have. Nobody blocked him out. Right. They're within 1. 40-39. Missouri really hanging tough with 10:44 to go in the game. Jordan. To Perkins, time for Sam to go to work in there, missed the shot whistle, and the foul is going to go against Mark Sparks. It's the second time Perkins has been decked after the shot. It's a tough shot by Sam Perkins. He's falling away from the basket as he shoots it. It's actually a break for Missouri that they called that foul. The ball was going to miss long. North Carolina had 3 people over there against no Tigers. Wasn't a whole lot of foul there, though, if you know. Perkins at the free throw line, where he's only 2 out of 5 and 8 points, but Sam is in with 9 rebounds tonight. As we've mentioned, it's been a difficult night for both teams from the free throw line. Brad Dougherty's back in the game with 10 minutes, 37 seconds left. He's got 4 personal fouls. He'll have to be careful. Carolina has some foul trouble. Perkins misses again. Now, Sam Perkins, throughout his career, has been a great free throw shooter. Last year, he hit almost 82%. He just can't seem to buy one tonight. Good rotation on that one and got it, but Carolina only leads by 2. Here is full court pressure again. Now here they scored, and it's off the free throw, so they get a chance to set their defense, and as a result, Missouri has to move it up the court a little faster. Kavanagh threw the ball over the head of Ron Jones. Critical turnover at a critical time. Big turnover. It was a good idea, though. Jones just couldn't handle the pass. The Carolina defense was all on one side of the floor. They were trying to go to the backside. And listen to the partisan Carolina crowd. Buzz Peterson matched up against Kavanagh. Jordan. And Michael Jordan couldn't have found a better time for Carolina to get his 7th and 8th points. It's his first field goal of the night. He had three free throws, but that's his first fast bucket. Try for a steal and don't get it. Kavanagh into the middle, dumps it off to Jones, and he banked it in. What a great shot. Great shot and a great pass by Kavanagh. Again, good ball movement. Look at this. Kenny Smith just streaked 3/4 of the court and laid it in.
He stunned the Missouri Tigers with the speed that he got down the court.
I think they're all standing here saying he's not going to go all the way in, is he? Wortham got the shot, drew the foul, and is it on Dougherty?
It certainly is. That's it for Dougherty.
Brad Dougherty has fouled out of the ball game with 9:28 left to go. And Dean Smith has lost his sophomore center.
Look at Smith come down the court. He beats everybody. The interesting thing, Kavanagh was back there in position, but Smith's speed didn't allow Kavanagh to react to try to get in his way. This guy's had a good game tonight, too.
Hasn't he?
Wortham's done a nice job. He's been on the boards, particularly the defensive boards, keeping the Carolina players away. Brad Dougherty has fouled out, guarding Wortham.
Fouls out with 3 points on the night, and Dean Smith goes back to his 6'10 freshman, Joe Wolf, who will play up front with Perkins.
He's got no choice now. Can't bring Dougherty back.
Wortham, free throw is good. He is 1 out of 2 from the line tonight, and 9 points. Sat out last year. Good shot blocker, good leaper. 6'10", 190, and here is a lane violation.
There's just no excuse for that, and that's what Norm Stewart's getting up telling Kavanagh. He's got a little bit of a smile on his face. I'm certain he doesn't really think it's funny, though.
No, I doubt if he saw the humor in it. 45-42, Carolina by 3. Blazing fast, Kenny Smith comes up, guarded by Bridges.
Talked before the game about Bridges' quickness, but Smith has shown us that he has some of that as well.
Not only quick, he's fast. Perkins to Smith. Looking low for Jordan, who hit his last field goal, but misses this.
Good help by Prince Bridges. He got down there and made sure that Jordan shot the ball instead of putting it on the deck and going around Jones. Nice play.
Offensively, Michael Jordan may just want to write this one off tonight. Here's a whistle and a foul on Peterson for reaching in against Bridges. 8:52 left to go in the ball game. Carolina clinging to a 3-point lead. That was the 7th team foul. And now Missouri will go into the bonus situation. Remember, this year there's a new rule. When we get down to 2 minutes, any foul like this is an automatic 2-shot foul instead of 1 and 1, and that could make a big difference down the stretch. Because like that, if you miss the first one, you don't get a second one, and the foul is going to be on Wortham.
Wortham was over the back of Sam Perkins. Perkins doing a nice job on the free throw, blocking out. Wortham went up over his back.
Wortham has 3. That was the 6th team foul against Missouri, so the next one, Carolina, will be in the bonus. It's still 45-42, the margin 3.
Tough break for Wortham. What caused that foul for him was that the ball hung up on the rim so long, had it come right off. Steal by Bridges.
What a nice job, and he saw Perkins back there waiting and dumped it off instead, and then Kavanagh tried to pass and had it tipped out of bounds. Maybe one pass too many.
Great hustle by Matt Dougherty. I don't know that it was one pass too many. Mike Kavanagh wasn't in good shooting position when he caught the ball, but Dougherty did a great job getting back and knocking that ball away.
Bridges and Jones.
Carolina in the 1-3-1 zone on the out-of-bounds play. You'll see Michael Jordan roam a lot from that wing position. Missouri will have to be careful with their passes.
Malcolm Thomas working at the baseline, and they just threw it away. Prince Bridges covered his face with his hands, says Mark Sparks, standing at the baseline, says, where was that going? Carolina with a chance to increase a 3-point lead. Smith to Perkins. Bridges has had 7 turnovers in the ball game.
That's a big basket by Kenny Smith. Missouri is dropping down inside, trying to force the Carolina big men to throw the ball back out, and if their guards are going to hit that shot, it's going to open up the game.
It's a fine opening game for the freshman from Queens, New York. He has 10 points. Jones to Bridges, looking low for Kavanagh, who hasn't had the ball in an offensive situation down low in a long time.
Carolina back to the tough man-to-man defense. They'll double team if they get an opportunity.
Kavanagh will not try to take it in. That comes out to Bridges.
Smith thought about going to double team, but changed his mind at the last moment. Kavanagh cannot hold the ball out there.
Nice pass from Bridges, and the shot will not go from Malcolm Thomas. I think he expected somebody to go up and try to block it. They just let him go, and he missed it. Offensive foul, yes, on Kenny Smith.
Smith tried to do a little bit too much that time. He should have stopped in the area of the foul line and allow his people to cut to the basket. Instead, he took it into the defense and tried to push it back.
And we'll shoot a 1-and-1.
What that means now, of course, Mike, is that the officials ruled that he did not have possession of the ball when he committed the foul. The foul was after the pass, and so it'll be a 1-and-1. Had it been a player control foul, it's just the ball out of bounds for Missouri.
Jones to the free throw line. Critical free throws, 1-and-1. He hits the first. He is now 4 out of 5, and if it comes down to it, here's the guy you want on the line, even though he shot only 56% a season ago. Has 8 points. 47-43, now missed the shot. Rebound, however, goes to Missouri, and the follow by Malcolm Thomas. 47-45, Missouri back within 2.
Very important defensive series for Missouri. They would like to get the ball back, obviously.
I guess nobody bothered to tell them they were overwhelming underdogs. Matt Dougherty left alone.
Every time that he has had to make a basket tonight, he's come through for North Carolina. He's got 12 points, and all of them are big ones.
12 points for Dougherty, and Carolina back on top by 4. We're at 6:43, and without a clock, the question becomes, when do you go to the 4 corners, Stan?
It's a perfect game for the 4 corners since his big people are in foul trouble. That's the time you usually get it from Dean Smith.
Bridges, double team, whistle, and they'll call a foul against Carolina, against Smith for blocking. Dean Smith didn't like the call. Norm Stewart loved it.
Fans as well as Coach Smith are upset with that call. Again, it's an illustration of Smith's inexperience. Watch as you see Bridges again dribbling right into the double team. Here comes Dougherty. They've got him now on the double team. But as Smith falls down, he reaches and he hits him on the arm. Had he not done that reach, it would have been an offensive foul.
Prince Bridges free throw. Got it. Bridges 2 out of 5. He had been 1 for 4 going into this. Bridges with 10 points.
Missouri keeps staying there, but I'll tell you what, Mike, North Carolina is relentless. They continue to come after him.
Prince Bridges hits his 11th point. It's 49-47. 6 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in a great ball game from Greensboro. We'll be back after this. Tonight's game is just part of ESPN's coverage of ACC basketball. In the 5-state ACC area, ESPN is offering an exclusive ACC season ticket of 23 ACC games available through many local cable companies. If you are interested and live in that 5-state ACC area, contact your local cable company about the ACC season ticket. 6:26 left to go in the game. Carolina 49-47. Next time down, do they go to 4 corners, Dan?
I don't know whether they're going to go to it the next time down or not, Mike, but it is the kind of game that you expect North Carolina to go into the 4 corners. They're in foul trouble with their big guys. Let's get a look at the turnover statistics. Missouri continues to hang in the game despite a vast disparity in turnovers, but they're ahead in the basketball game. They've got some people in foul trouble. We may see it soon.
Kenny Smith spreading it out a little bit, but they have not gone to the true 4 corners as yet with 6:15 to go. A little early, maybe, and only leading by 2. Matt Dougherty, who's had the big ball game, to Sam Perkins, to Smith, to Dougherty. Loaded Jordan with Jones in his face, missed the shot, and Matt Dougherty comes out with a loose ball.
Dougherty comes up with another big play. Now, Carolina didn't go to the 4 corners, but they have changed their offensive sequence out on the court.
Wolf, big pressure situation for the young freshman to be in right now, as Brad Dougherty has fouled out of the ball game. Jordan got by Jones and then stumbled a little bit, couldn't get his shot. We're down to 5.5 minutes left. Perkins on a nice pass from Jordan.
Malcolm Thomas dropped inside to help Jones against Michael Jordan. The veteran Sam Perkins recognized that, cut to the basket, which is the best place to go. Nice pass back from Michael Jordan.
11 points for Perkins, and they're back in the zone. A 1-3-1. They love that trap.
This is another tendency that you'll have with North Carolina. Late in the game when they're ahead, they like to go to the zone to force the opposition to score from the outside. They may not trap out of this zone as much as they'll try to force the outside shot like that.
Jones took the pressure shot, missed it. The rebound to Malcolm Thomas, but he traveled at the baseline. Big play.
Norm Stewart is up off the bench. He's complaining that Thomas didn't really have control of the ball, and you can't walk unless you have control, but the officials saw it the other way.
Kenny Smith handling the basketball for Carolina. The Tar Heels up 51-47. And Missouri has given the #1 ranked team in the country all they can handle and a little more.
And Prince Bridges just hurt his foot. I don't know what's wrong, but he's limping badly.
Kenny Smith will score on the jumper. 12 points, and Bridges is limping, and remember, he had a broken foot in September of 1982, and we just hope that's not the same thing that's coming back.
Well, let's see, they're working on him. It might be a cramp. They're not down at his foot. They're in his calf, in the back of his leg.
But it's 53-47. The spread is 6 points right now. Missouri with the basketball.
Let's get a look and see if we can see what happened. He's guarding against Smith. He didn't seem to step on anybody. It's like something just gave out.
Hope the young man's going to be all right. He has been an integral part of Missouri's great effort tonight. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Kavanagh, somebody out there has to take the lead with Bridges off the court.
It's a key point in the game for Missouri. I think they almost have to score this time to cut the lead down to 6 or to 4, not give North Carolina the opportunity to go up 8.
Kavanagh into the lane, and he traveled. Two critical mistakes in a row.
He traveled because Michael Jordan was there ready to take the ball if he dribbled it. He saw that, and it was too late.
That's right. 3:59 left to go in the ball game. Carolina moves out to a 6-point lead, 53-47. We'll be back in Greensboro right after this one. This game is a presentation of Raycom Sports and Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions in association with ESPN. The North Carolina Tar Heel Pep Band having a lot to play about right now, 53-47. Let's take a look at what happened to Prince Bridges, number 15 from Missouri. You'll see him at the top of the key and watch him pull up.
As you say, he's guarding. He's number 15 in the black. He's guarding Kenny Smith as he steps into the lane. He might have turned his ankle over, stepping on the foot of Ron Jones. It looked at that the second time we look at it, it looks pretty clear that that's probably what happened. He's back in the game now, though.
Fortunately for him and for Missouri. Look at the shooting in the second half.
North Carolina has had a tough shooting evening in the second half, and I think that's credited to good defense by Missouri.
But they have had 50% more shots. You can afford to shoot a little less. Here we go to the spread. Smith with the ball. It's 3:44 to go. Carolina by 6.
You can be sure that Carolina, they may not be in the four corners, but they're going to be very patient and take only a good shot.
Jordan, the Missouri people wanted a walk. They didn't get it, and Michael Jordan will score. He's finally in the double figures with 10 points.
It's another one of those swooping bird moves that he has where he just stays up in the air. Key basket.
Margin is now 8. Missouri is in a lot of trouble.
Carolina in the 1-3-1 zone. They're going to give up the outside shot only.
They're going to need at least 4 possessions to tie the ball game. Bridges to Kavanagh, who has not shot in the second half, let alone scored. Wortham being bumped around in the lane, got the shot off and got the roll.
Tough inside shot by Wortham. That's a couple of those that he's made this evening against real good pressure.
Young man's going to be a player, isn't he?
Certainly is. Missouri's got to get the ball now.
55-49. The margin a half dozen with 2:44 to go.
Here's the
now they're in the four corner.
Now Missouri practiced against this morning. They've prepared against the four corners. They're going to try to force the ball in a pass to the corner and then not let it go back out of the corner.
Jordan. Clock working in Carolina's favor at 2:20. Doing a good job denying people a basketball. Now here's Jordan.
Great pass by Matt Dougherty. Jordan recognized realizing that his teammate was in trouble, went to the basket, beat Jones backdoor. Matt Dougherty comes up with another key play.
57-49. Jones to Prince Bridges from long range. Perkins.
That's what the Carolina defense is designed to do, make you shoot from the outside, then pull the ball down.
Wolf, the 6'10 freshman, will bring it across the timeline, and we're down to 1:47. And Dougherty will bring it outside. Now, this is the classic four corners, what Dean Smith originated in the first place.
I would not be so. Here's Smith going to the basket. Foul on Bridges. Good move by Smith. I think Bridges just assumed he was going to throw it to the corner, gave up the lane. Smith recognized and went to the lane. I think that Missouri's going to have a problem defensing this as we get a look at Smith. See, Bridges was anticipating the pass to the corner. Smith drove right by, but Missouri's going to have a difficult time if Cavanagh continues to be matched up against Matt Dougherty, because Dougherty can handle the ball in the four corners, and I don't think Cavanagh can keep it from him.
Kenny Smith, who has had a whale of a freshman opening game for Carolina, only the 5th freshman ever to start a season opener in North Carolina history. He has 13 points. Making 14, and it's 59-49. The people that did not see this game and just see the score in the morning paper will have no understanding how close this game really was.
North Carolina comes back out and traps. They never stop.
Mimlitz to Bridges. Cavanagh takes his first shot of the half, and it was blocked by Perkins. The follow is missed, and Perkins with another rebound and foul by Bridges.
What a great play by Sam Perkins. He makes the defensive play by blocking the shot, then turns around and goes in and stays on the board and gets the rebound. A tough break for Missouri. Malcolm Thomas got the ball. As he gets it right there, got the ball, but couldn't make it. Sam Perkins stays after it. Good play.
And there comes Bridges. And just reached in, grabbed hold of the arm. Perkins will go to the free throw line. It's a 10-point spread and all over but the shouting.
Now here we get to see the new rule in effect, Mike. It wasn't one of those old unintentional fouls trying to steal the ball. But since North Carolina was in the bonus, what normally would have been a 1-and-1 is now 2 shots.
And here's a lane violation against Carolina. I believe either Wolf or Jordan.
It was Jordan.
It was Jordan in the lane, and Sam Perkins loses a point, so he has 11 points and 12 rebounds. Carolina leading 59-49 with 1:12 to go. Missouri looking for a miracle. Carolina continues to trap. Just relentless on defense. Bridges fouled as he goes down the lane. Foul is going to be on Sam Perkins. One thing Carolina doesn't want to do is commit a personal foul because it stops the clock.
Here's Norm Stewart and Dean Smith meeting in front of the scorer's table. I don't know what they're discussing.
Oh, rather pleasant. A couple of class individuals who have run great programs. Can you imagine Norm Stewart within 1 game of 400 college wins and Dean Smith within 4 games of 500?
Did you realize that Norm Stewart is still the 15th all-time leading Missouri scorer?
He was a good one, wasn't he? Second free throw, no good. Perkins tosses it in, and it's picked off by Cavanagh, and Cavanagh gets his first 2 points of the second half. 59-51. Jordan lost the ball, fouled by Mimlitz.
It's too bad Mimlitz fouled him. Jordan was going full steam. You never know what he's going to do in a situation like that.
This has been our opening game of the 1983-84 season. We want to thank all the men and women who worked here tonight to bring you the pictures and the words, because they have done their usual superb job. It is always a pleasure to work with these folks who really care about their jobs. Norm Stewart going to his bench, takes Mark Sparks out, brings Blake Wortham back in. Free throw in and out by Jordan. Well, this really takes the pressure off this new rule.
It sure does. It sure does. Missed the first shot under the old rules. Missouri's got the ball, and they're headed down the other way.
Jordan's free throw this time is good. It's 60-51, the margin 9. Stranger things have happened, but Missouri has got to have everything go its way. Jones, jumper, good, and Missouri wants a timeout.
Here's where another new rule is going to come into play. Norm Stewart hasn't called any timeouts tonight, but now he's only got 2 left. In a televised game, a coach has only 3 timeouts, not 5.
There is a timeout on the court. 44 seconds left in the ball game. Our score, North Carolina 60, Missouri 53. We'll be back in Greensboro in just a moment. 44 seconds left to go in the ball game. 60-53, Carolina by 7. And we'd like to thank Missouri Athletic Director Dave Hart, Tigers coach Norm Stewart and his staff, and Sports Information Director Bob Brendel for all their help in getting ready for this game. Also North Carolina Athletic Director John Swafford, Tar Heels coach Dean Smith and his staff, and Sports Information Director Rick Brewer. Gentlemen, thank you very much. And
Sam Perkins could go into the free throw line and shoot 2 shots. He was fouled by Ron Jones. Mike, one thing I think we'd be very remiss if we didn't mention is the fact that the Missouri in here, everybody expecting that they were going to have a down year, maybe a rebuilding year, but they have not had any. They're obviously not going to win the game now, but they certainly haven't exhibited the kind of inexperience, lack of teamwork that maybe might characterize a team with a whole lot of new faces. They've done a nice job. They will be heard from in the Big 8.
Well, I think you're right about that, especially when you consider the fact that they're so young. The first game on the road, sellout crowd, most of the people against them. They're going to get a lot better. Perkins' free throw is good. Sam is in with a dozen. 61-53. Jones working for a shot over Dougherty. Didn't get the roll. Perkins with a rebound. Bridges knocked it away from him, and it will now go out of bounds. Prince Bridges just hustling down to the last second. They'll give the ball to Missouri, and the Carolina crowd really erupts out of its seats there. Here's the story. 28 seconds to go. The spread is 8. Missouri still alive, but on the critical list, Kavanagh. Wonder why he hasn't taken that shot the entire second half. The young man can shoot the basketball.
That's only his second shot of the second half. We'll get a foul on Bridges against Matt Dougherty.
Now, Dougherty may be the wrong guy you'd want to put at the line, but then we would think that Sam Perkins would be. And Sam has missed an awful lot of shots from the free throw line tonight. It is 61-55, 18 seconds left. Dougherty at the free throw line. Now with 18 seconds left, he could literally wrap it up.
Prince Bridges fouls out of the basketball game. Dougherty
deserves a nice hand, too. He's done a well job.
Missouri needs a lot from him this year. They got a lot from him tonight. Very good defensive effort. He ran the ball club. He was in double-figure scoring. He's got 12 points. Overall, he did a nice job. As we mentioned, so did the entire Missouri team.
18 seconds left to go in the ball game. It is 61-55. Matt Dougherty with a dozen. And he has hit a lot of big baskets in this ball game. First trip to the free throw line tonight. And he misses. I tell you, Dean Smith may have an extra long practice, have these guys at the free throw line. Same with Norm Stewart when they get home.
They may be at the free throw line, and then if they miss, down running some wind screens.
That's right. Dougherty hits this one at 62-55, the margin 7. We're down to 14 seconds left. Kavanagh into the lane, tries to bank it up. No good. Follow tip. And who will they give it to? I think it's Kavanagh.
I think it is too. Missouri calls another timeout. 7 seconds left. I think the issue is fairly well decided. It's a 5-point ball game. North Carolina ahead and with the ball.
62-57. That is 10 points for Kavanagh. I think the one thing that the Missouri team lacks right now, and I think we saw it especially when Bridges had the bad foot and was back on the bench, is that there was no one out there who looked really eager to have the basketball and the chance to shoot it in a pressure situation. Whereas you go to the other end of the court, and Michael Jordan, even with a bad shooting night, you know he wants the ball.
He wants the ball because he's been successful with it in the past. Perkins, Dougherty, all those guys are willing to put it up there.
The ACC basketball televised games that you can look forward to in December start on Saturday, December 3rd at 8 o'clock at South Carolina at Clemson. Wednesday, December 21st at 7, it's Dartmouth at the University of North Carolina. Tuesday, December 27th, the Gator Bowl tournament in my old stomping grounds, Jacksonville. That starts at 7 o'clock with Villanova matched up against Jacksonville University, followed at 9 by Wake Forest and Auburn. Then on Wednesday, December 28th at 9, it's the championship game of the Gator Bowl tournament. Check your local listings for the availability in your area. Especially want to thank our statistician, John Madry, for all his help tonight. John's kept us up to date on everything. 62-57 with 7 seconds left. And always when you lose, when you have a long trip to go home, it's not a very pleasant trip. But at least Missouri will not go out of the Greensboro Coliseum hanging their collective heads. They've done a good job. And Kavanagh lets no time reach off the clock. Well, they did knock off 2 seconds, and he fouls Dougherty.
You know, there's the other thing about this new rule is that the players don't have to be careful now at the end of the game and make an intentional foul look unintentional. It doesn't matter, so you just grab the guy.
That's right. The margin 5 with 5 seconds left. Dougherty 1 out of 2 at the line, 13 points. Guy never gets a whole lot of credit. He is just so steady. He's so unspectacular.
He's been unspectacular, but he's probably the key to the basketball game tonight for Carolina. On a night when Sam Perkins and Michael Jordan were not scoring well, Dougherty has come to the front.
Very unselfish player. Hits another free throw, 64-57. And #1 ranked North Carolina has preserved its first win of the year. Wortham almost had a great-looking tip-in on a shot by Tony McDuffie, the 6'2 freshman who got in the game for the first time. That is the final score, 64-57. North Carolina over Missouri. For Dan Bonner and all our crew here at Greensboro, this is Mike Patrick saying so long, everybody.